You can say, well, everybody loves me. Well, on the inside, you know, I really don't even know if I love me, much less if anybody else does. And you can try to be for everyone else what they want you to be. And you can put on masks every time you meet people to make sure that they like you, that they accept you, that they want to be around you. Oh, you have some marvelous things in your home. You are a marvelous person. Well, you know what? It gets tiresome being marvelous all the time. Well, that's just who I am. No, it's not. No one is marvelous all the time. I've had some pretty unperfect moments in my life. Telling somebody else your innermost situations can be frightfully painful, and it can be a frightening experience to open yourself up and be vulnerable to tell somebody else what you're really all about. The night that Mark and I met, we told each other everything there was about each of us. Things I'd never told another living person. Things my former wife, after 26 years of marriage, never knew about me. And oddly enough, he told me everything about him. Some of it was pretty odd, too. But we decided from the very first moment that we wanted a relationship that was built on transparency and honesty, so that there would be no surprises down the road. And you know what? There hadn't been any. And the good news is I don't expect any, because we've been gutfully honest, and it's painful. It's painful to tell people that, no, this didn't really happen when I said it did. God, I wish I hadn't said that. You can lead people on by your very presence and it not be true. Step 5 only asks us that we admit the exact nature of our wrongs. We admit how our behaviors have been hurtful to ourselves and others. It is not necessary to discuss how the wrongs came about or how changes will be made. You're not seeking advice or counsel. You're simply telling someone. Setting a new cornerstone of truth gets you, we talked about it a few weeks ago, a mulligan, a do-over. You get to start all over. Now that can be frightening in itself, because you have to admit that everything that people have seen is not true. You can portray that and you can go on and you can continue to live by that, but I'll tell you something. Every night when you go to sleep, you're still going to know that it's a lie. And that, you know, in him, the devil, there is no truth in him. Who are we becoming more like? Every day, I want to deny the devil the right to keep me in that bondage of untruth. And I want to find myself moving towards truth in everything. And, you know, it hurts to tell the truth. It hurts to tell people what you've done is just wrong. And look in the mirror and be telling it to yourself. You start openness with God by imagining God sitting right there and telling him, this is what I've done. Knowing that the behavior is horrible, but knowing that he will never change his mind about you. There is nothing that you can do on earth that will make him love you less. And there's nothing that you can do to make him love you more. His love for you is consistent. Always, always there. Not like here on earth where people like us or don't like us because we do or we don't do for them. It is not a performance that we're looking for. It's his open, loving acceptance that's already there. I don't have to work for that, Shaw. I can't work for that. All the work is already done. All I've got to do is realize I don't have to be good for goodness sakes. It's not Christmas. He knows who's been... Oh, you better not cry. You know what? It's okay to cry. It's okay to say, you know what, God, I am so glad I don't have to live under the weight of this anymore. I don't have to care about what anybody else says but you. Psalm 32, verse 3 through 5. When I kept silent, my bones wasted away through my groaning all day long. For day and night your hand was heavy upon me. My strength was sapped as it was the heat of the summer. Then I acknowledged my faults to you and did not cover up my iniquity before you. I said, I will confess my transgressions to the Lord, and you forgave the guilt and shame of my sin. Proverbs 28, verse 13. He who conceals his iniquity will not prosper, but whosoever confesses and renounces them finds mercy. Romans 3:23. For all have sinned and come short of the glory of God. If you have not done that moral inventory, if you've not taken the time to sit down in your closet away from everybody else, turn the TV, the radio, iPod, everything off, sit down and ask God to reveal all the things you've done to hurt other people, all the things that you have misled other people in believing, things that you have perpetrated, things that you have done, bad or good. It's not all about the bad. It's recognizing that we are doing good things as well. Taking a moral inventory. Then taking that to God and say, these are all the things that I've done. And you know what he's going to say? I already knew that. Got anything new? And then you're going to say, Heavenly Father, I ask you to forgive me for all of this. The lies I've told, the family members that I've hurt, by not being who you wanted me to be. Asking him to forgive you, that load will instantly lighten. It will be like 1,000 pounds off your shoulders because you'll have been saying, you know what? All the time, he's wanted to take that from you. He's wanted to take it. He's wanted to take it. He said, you don't have to live up to anybody's else expectations. Those people are ruthless. But I'm a friend to sinners. I'm a friend that loves not like you know. And then tell him about him. Then find someone else you can trust. We can trust God. Can't always trust everybody else. Find someone you can trust. Pastoral staff, be here. I'll be here. I'll listen. It doesn't matter to me. I got people. I have heard stories. You cannot make me blush, which is a shame. But there's nothing you can tell me that will ever make me change my mind about you. Because if it did, I'd have to change my mind about myself first. We're all in this together. God is growing a church that is open and honest. And that honesty goes all the way down. People said, why are you willing to say all that? I said, because if I don't start, if I can't be the example, then how can I expect you to live the kind of life that I want you to live? One that's free from all of that stuff and the pain that comes with it. It's painful. Addiction's painful. no matter what it is. Dysfunction is painful, no matter how it comes in your family. It's painful. But I got a God who can heal that pain. I got a God who can heal that pain. Join hands with somebody next to you this morning.